life is rough and cookies are good, so I'm gonna make some and I'm gonna show you how. So I would say that having many allergies and health issues is one of my most defining personality traits, so finding a recipe that doesn't involve dairy and still tastes good and also can be made with gluten-free flour is next to impossible. But this one, a little different but super tasty. So here's the recipe. You'll need half a cup of lightly packed brown sugar, 1 slightly underfilled half cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of tahini, half a cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup or honey. I'm using maple syrup, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I might have overdone it on vanilla and just killed the bottle, but half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of espresso powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to turn on your mixer and let it go for about 1 or 2 minutes until the sugar is mostly dissolved. After about a minute, it's going to look like that. Then you're just going to want to add in 1 egg. I cracked it into a measuring cup just so I wouldn't get any any shell in there. I'm going to add that in there, and then turn it back up and beat it for about another minute till it's all nice and creamy. After about a minute, it should look like that. Now it's time to add flour, and in case you've forgotten, you measure flour by spooning it into your cup until that cup is overflowing, and then by scraping off the excess so that you get the perfect amount. You're gonna need 1.5 cups of flour. I am using King Arthur's cup for cup gluten-free flour. You're also gonna need half a teaspoon of baking soda. I like to give it a quick stir, just so that the flour flies around a little bit less when I turn the mixer back on. Oh fuck. And then you just want to do that until it's all combined together. I'd usually prefer to just chop up about 150 grams of nice dark chocolate, but currently all we got is dark chocolate chips, so I guess that is gonna have to do. I am gonna chop up a few of these chocolate chips just so I can have some nice little shavings and melty bits in there. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say that I love you, and I'm sending you a big, big hug and a cookie. So it's nicely finely chopped like that, and we still got plenty more of the whole one. I poured all of the shavings back into this bag, and I'm just gonna add all of it. Because you know what, I like chocolate, life is hard, and we deserve to have it all. So, if not all the chocolate chips want to incorporate, you're gonna have to do this by hand, so have fun. Okay, so once your batter is like mostly combined, you're gonna want to make them into little balls, and I like to do that with this guy. Not super easy to do this with one hand because I'm filming. Basically, you're gonna want to fill up your cookie dough scoop like that, and then spit it out, and then basically just smooth it into a ball. And then you can do that for all your stuff. You can also obviously do this with just your hands or with like 2 spoons. So once you've rolled all your dough into little balls, cover this bowl with plastic wrap or silicone and put it in the fridge for 2 hours to overnight. It has been about 3 hours, and I'm going to preheat my oven to 356 degrees. I want to take your chilled dough ball and give it a little smush. And do that for all of them. And then you're gonna want to sprinkle some flaky salt over your cookies, if you want. I like to. You're gonna want to bake those for about 11 minutes. It's been exactly 11 minutes, and I'm gonna take these out of the oven. I burned my finger trying to take them out with one hand so I can film, but here they are. They're beautiful. They really do gotta cool before you eat them. Before they cool, you're also gonna want to like tap them against the stove just a little bit to help them deflate a little bit, which I find helps the texture. Just tap them a little. Tap, tap, tap. I kind of prefer these the next day once like they've cooled down and the flavors have had some time to like mellow and fuse together. I don't freaking know what I'm saying, but they're still really good warm. Ooh, but they kind of fall apart. But fucking delicious. You should like make them because I'm sad and they just made me less sad because they're yummy. Eat your feelings, kids.